Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Hot Action Fishing in Fab. This is part 7.5 of the micro skiff build, or the Johnson skiff build. I guess I haven't really came up with the exact name. I'm saying all kinds of crazy stuff. Whatever comes to mind, I'm getting after it. But yeah, in this episode, we're gonna finish bonding the floor and glassing it all up and tabbing it all in, doing all the rest of the nonsense. Like I said, this is 7.5. We'll get after it. Here we go. Alright, a couple days after since I did these little cleats in the boat, so all I'm going to do today is get them cleaned up really quick, and then pretty much just get everything all wiped down with acetone, and make sure I'm ready to bond this floor in, and that's all she wrote. I mix up my peanut butter and get this floor bonded down, and then we'll be on to all the other fun stuff after that. Last night, put my mind to ease a little bit. It rained super hard, and it's not rainy season here in Southwest Florida, so I didn't think, lately I haven't been tarping the boat before I put it up for the night. Well, like I said, it rained last night, so I got to see my drain system work flawlessly. So I don't know, put my mind a little at ease, seeing with all the leaves and little twigs and stuff like that got trapped in the little drain holes and stuff. It still drained out just fine. I was freaking out last night. I woke up to hearing all the rain, and I almost ran out here and dumped the boat just to make sure that nothing got messed up. But no, we're all good. The drain holes work just fine. So now we're on to getting the floor all bonded down. All right, I got those little tabs cleaned up really quick. There wasn't really anything too exciting to do about that, but got those cleaned up, made sure everything was all level one more time. Gonna get this thing wiped down with acetone. I got my floor behind me there, wherever you see it. That's already cleaned up, ready to go. And pretty much just mix up my resin, my thickened peanut butter, and get it all slopped down and bond, and then drop the floor in, and then I'll find all kinds of random heavy stuff to make sure the floor is bonded down nice and flat to the stringers and the bulkheads, and then let her cure. And then after that, lay up more glass. Here we go. Alright, everything's all wiped down now. Next, gotta mix up some peanut butter. Need to get my 1/4 inch chopped strand fibers. Boom, there we go. Got this. Gonna mix up my peanut butter and then splat it down on there, and then slide the floor in. Here we go. Alright, I'm just starting to fill my fillets up on the back of the boat here. Looking pretty good. Alright, floor's all done. The fillets are all done up. Now it's just on to doing some tab work. Tabbing, the outside perimeter of the boat all in with 1708. Probably gonna do I don't know, 3-inch and maybe a 6 or an 8-inch, probably a 4-inch actually, and then an 8-inch over top of that for tab wise. And then I got the 2 layers of 2-ounce chop strand that I'm going to use to, you know, complete the deck obviously, or the floor obviously, and then go from there. So here we go. Alright, my floor's all bonded in. Got my fillets on the perimeter of the boat all done up. They're not the best in the world, so I'm gonna have to go back in and clean them up a little bit. So once again, I'm gonna use my Dyna file in the little bit tougher areas to get into. And then a little trick that I like to do with my 5-inch sander, this is a 5-inch sander, I actually like take my 6-inch sanding pads off of my 6-inch DA sander that I have. And actually what I do is I put, you know, the 5-inch or the 6-inch pad on the 5-inch pad, because what happens when you do that is it actually, let's see if I can, I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys. Alright, so when you put the larger pad on the smaller DA, when you come into your corners, it actually kind of folds up a little bit. You're gonna see it kind of like bends up a little bit, like that. And actually it helps with the radius of my fillet by doing that. It's a little bit, you know, kind of a trick in a way, I guess. A little bit of time saver. And you just come in, bing, buzz it like that, and buzz it like that, like that. I don't know. That's a little trick, I guess. But yeah, here we go. Getting after cleaning up these fillets. I already cut out my chop strand matting. When I was templating my floor out, I did an extra 2 layers. So I'm gonna put 4 ounces on top of the deck as well, or the floor as well on the little skiff. And then after that, I'm gonna cut up my tabbing. And like I said in a previous video, I'm gonna do a 4-inch tab, and then I'm gonna bump it up to an 8-inch tab for the taper. And yep, that's what we're gonna go with. Sorry about it getting dark on you guys. I work a full-time job, and I work when I can work. So I got all my fillets all sanded down, got them wiped down with acetone, got all my tabbing all cut, my mat cut. All I'm doing now is getting my resin mixed up, and then just glass, and then more glass on top of that. So here we go. Alright, before I get going too far, I'll show you my tools that I'm going to be using to lay up my tabbing and my glass. Just lay up all my glass in general. My 2-inch chop strand brush. This is what I use to really, you know, push my tabbing material right down into the corners like that. This is a 3-inch roller. Probably could go for like doing this kind of stuff. Go much larger and probably save me a lot of time, but I've got a ton of these 3-inch rollers, and well, that's what I seem to always use and buy. And then I got this fin roller, and this is what I always, you know, try to like stress to you guys to buy, because this thing is the hot ticket right here when it comes to laying up glass. You use it to push the air pockets out of all your glass, where, you know, you could potentially have air bubbles and stuff like that underneath the glass that gets trapped. And then you can use it to push like excess resin off. You got resin kind of like glopped up in one area, you can use it to kind of like work it out and spread it out. Because one thing with polyester resin and what epoxy has over polyester resin, I mean, it's got a lot of reasons that it's better than polyester resin, but one thing with polyester resin you got to watch out for: if you lay something up too thick and it doesn't have chopped fibers, or it doesn't have any chop strand matting or 1708 wax or whatever, you know, with any kind of glass and material, it actually gets brittle when it gets too thick. So using this this fin roller helps kind of just work it out. Oh yeah, and this is a 3/8 nap roller, and one reason I like using this thicker nap is because when you lay up too much resin in an area, you can actually use this roller to kind of just pick up the excess resin. So I don't know, there's maybe a couple little pointers right there for you guys, but yep, those are what we're going to be using here. can't see it very well, but I got all my tabbing done. Everything on tab. I got laid in my 4-inch layer and then came in and laid my 8-inch layer over top of that. So now I still got a big old bucket of resin. I'm gonna wet out my floor, get my chop strand matting out, my 2-ounce chop strand, and then lay my first layer of 2-ounce chop strand, lay my second layer of 2-ounce chop strand, take the fin roller, work out all the air bubbles and everything, double check everything, make sure there's no air pockets that might have formed anywhere other places, and then we're gonna be calling it a night and then see where we're at tomorrow. Alright, that's all she wrote for tonight. I got everything all laid up. I got all my tabbing material all done up. I got my 2 layers of 2-ounce chop strand matting all laid up. Took me a couple hours to get it laid up, but it's laid up now. So, well, this is the end of the floor episode, part 7.5. So, yeah, on to the next thing. I think what I'm doing for the next episode, for the next, part 8, I'm actually thinking about either doing the tops to the 2 storage boxes for the next episode, or maybe doing the platform that the gas tank's gonna sit on in the front up here. I want to do that one soon as well. The only thing is I gotta keep squirreling some money away so I have some extra cheddar that I can put up for all the aluminum to build my gas tank, because I'm gonna weld up my own gas tank again, or so you guys can watch that. I'm gonna build my own gas tank.
Alright, guess what? I'm standing in the boat. I'm standing on a floor, not on the hull of the boat, so that's pretty exciting. This is my first time ever laying up a boat with only using 2-ounce chop strand, and I'm not mad at it. It feels really good. I don't hear any cracking, or there's no deflection in the floor, thank goodness. But yeah, I think this is the end of the floor episodes, so part 7.5 is done. Yeah, I mean, when it gets to the fairing out part and stuff like that, I obviously have a ton of fairing out to do. But yeah, so like, comment, share. Thank you for watching another episode of Hot Action Fishing and Fab. It feels pretty good to be standing in this boat. Y'all have a wonderful week.